Hello everybody, I'm John Zidar. This is October 13th, Wednesday. Pennybois has got those alerts you want. They've got that community of chat, but what they've really got is a better way to trade. That education is something to check out, folks. Really, you need to look at it. This is on the top and hot. I like to go looking at OTC Penny Stocks that have been moving. Find the reason they've been moving, see if the company's got any spit and vinegar, and then look at the chart and see if we can make advantage of it. So, come with me, let's just jump on into this. So now I do most of this work over here at OTC Markets because they've got all the information from the SEC and FINRA housed here. Not that the site went out and grabbed it up. This is where they put it. So you can count on the information being legit, factual, actual, and current. Now, I like to come to one particular page. If you come over here to current market, which is where I'm at, I focus in on the advances. You got three screens, the most active, the winners, and the losers. I'm looking at the winners, of course. And the reason I come here is they've got one piece of information that's more important than any other piece of information, and I have a very hard time finding this anywhere else online. That is how many trades. I can find volume, I can find percentage change, I can find the price, but by golly, I want to know how many people were trading. Now this isn't exactly counting people, but it's counting trades, and that's going to give us a whereabouts of how many people there are. And I want a crowd of people. That's where the price action begins, volume. So I look for big numbers over here, and we are not going to look at any of the expert markets. Those are the double diamonds. These are companies that have fallen behind on their financials or worse, and they've been pulled off the market, and they can either be bought or sold by any of us. They can be bought by people behind the scenes, brokers and marketers, but not us. So there's no reason to even consider them. So I'm going to look for anything else, and I am looking at all. You could just search over $1 if that's what you prefer, or just over a nickel, which is, less risk. I am looking at all the stocks. So we will get sub penny and we'll get stocks over $1. So I'm looking for big numbers, and I'm just going to zoom in on one. All right, right there's a nice big number, 210 trades. That's a lot of trades. You can see that that isn't a common number. We had 170,000 shares. Not really a lot of shares, but a lot of people. And they did 264% gains today. That's the important part. So let's see, 14 cents CBDG. If you click this, it'll take you right to a summary page. And we're going to check out the information here. First thing you want to see is there's the percentage and the price of 14, almost 15 cents. Pink Limited. Green, all green down here, verified profile and a transfer agent. We want these things. This should be standard. Now, Pink Limited is a catalyst in itself. If they're going current, if they've just filed, this is the slippery slope. This is the middle ground between expert market and going pink current. You have to be pink current. You can't be Pink Limited very long. So there's a motivation for them, a catalyst, if you will, for this stock to move. So let's scroll down and see what catalyst we have for it. We have no new news, nothing since early 2020, and it looks like, I need to see here. I can see they've got their 2020 filings in, 2019, 2018, so we don't have any 2021s. I told you that they're trying to go current. When they go current, it will be a catalyst for them if the company has any followers or any business going on. And they will then also have to have attorney letters like they had back here. So that is missing and still necessary. What was their volume today? Obviously, they had a lot of people, 170,000 compared to 800 a day. That is a huge jump, folks. That is a nice jump there for sure. And let's see what their share structure is. For that kind of a jump, you might expect a good share structure. Yes, we do. Now, I'm not sure if it's 600,000 shares or 1.6 million on the float. Either way, it is short. So let's go see what they say on Twitter and see if we can see some more catalysts there. Okay, just throw that $sign up there in the ticker, and you can see what people have found about this stock. The more popular it is, the more posts you're going to find. Be sure to make clear what date the post was put on, and even make sure that the information that they're posting is current information. Some of these people put up information. Look at that. See, that's from 2018, just that one right there. So we wouldn't even want to look at that one. Let's see if we got anything that, pardon me, that jumps out at us. 600K floater. Okay, so we've got something to tell us that it's probably not 1.2 million. It's probably 600K. At least he thinks so too. Let me see. With some volume today, trading below 20 cents. I'm not seeing a whole lot. No, we're down to 2020. And I'm not seeing anything. Now, we can go over to latest, but normally latest is over here. It's you know, not going to be below 2018. So, something is going on with this. I'm not quite sure. There's nothing here to show us catalyst. Looking at CBDG on TOS, Thinkorswim. That's a free trading platform from TD Ameritrade. Just sign up for the account. Keep the account open. You don't have to trade with it. Just keep it, and you can use Thinkorswim as well. You can see it looks pretty much patterned to the same we see a lot on the OTC. We had that big rise in the stimulus month of February where she hit her high, overinflated, and fell till right about the same time all these stocks we've been noticing hit a low bubble. Right here in this bottom corner. It's almost like there's a change of season. We can see the wind blowing and everything is moving up. That's why I think November, January, and December are right here to help this. And we can see that low bubble, it did bounce off of, but what we really take notice of is that spike of volume. Folks, there is just nothing here over the last 6 months to compare to that. And just out of curiosity, I want to look back for a whole year. Let's see what that looks like. We had one way back here, and that was a pretty huge jump. That went from 10 cents up to 27 cents. Yeah, so that was about 270% gain. This is a very large jump too, but if history repeats itself, there wasn't much more to be gotten. Now, I don't have a clue why it jumped, but it did not respond afterwards. Volume fell away. So this just could be a freak of nature. Who knows? Coming in on that 5-minute chart, does she show any potential? No, you can see that she took that first bounce right at the morning. One sale took it up, and then, I don't know, everybody thought it was going to take off, and you see the volume picking up. Not a lot of chatter, no catalyst, no filings. So this is a mystery stock, I can tell you that. Now, if you look at the ask and the bid, it is asking just under 2 cents. Right now, it's at 4 cents. It went to 14 cents. So like it says, 264% gains. But if it falls all the way down to here, you've got even a lower price. And that's the thing about this particular type of stock. When you have that little volume, no liquidity, the spread between the ask and the bid can be really strong. You've got to make sure that you are selling at the price you want and not the price you think. This one here, they've got a price of 23 cents to buy it, and it's 14 cents right now. And to sell it, you got to sell it for under 2 cents. That is a very big spread, folks. And when it does fall down here, I don't know that you'd actually be able to buy it at that price. It would probably be offered at one of these high bid prices. So somebody bought this high. They were down here and willing to pay that price. But it wasn't much, folks. The initial buy was so small, it barely even registers on volume. And I think everything else was just repercussion. Now, I could be wrong. There could be something going on. So if you want to watch this stock, because it has an absolutely extremely low float, there's no doubt about that. 650,000 shares is minuscule. And you can see what it does. So is it my glasses? Me? I'm seeing double here. CBDG is up there twice. All right. Looking for that next big number. 178,000 trades. I'm going to figure there's at least 100 people there. Over 250,000 shares. 157% gains. DRCR. It is pink. Let's see what else we can learn about it. They've got all their verifications and transfer agents. Any catalyst down here that makes this easy for us. They had news, and I am familiar with this news. I did read this news. This is a new app that they have made for gamblers. It is a predictive application, and it works with NFL, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, Formula One, soccer or European football, golf, rugby, cricket. I mean, it encompasses all the sports. They are The patent has been applied for. They've got a digital wallet that is attached to this. They really see this as being a big thing taking off. What other information can we glean about this company? Well, her volume, her relative volume, meaning what was she doing in the last few days compared to today? Today she kicked butt almost 10 times, about 8 times as much shares as normal. Share structure is excellent, folks. Look at this short little float. Now, we don't know if it's 500,000 or if it's 6.5 million. Either case is very small, but we would like it to be 500,000. That would just be outstanding. And what sort of financials has she got? Remember, throw on the 3 zeros on the back there. So this was $111,000 in 2019. We don't have anything here for 2020. So we got anything over at Twitter? All right, right at the top, DRCR, 90 cents. ILIS holds shares of DRCR. Do they now? I hold ILIS. I'd like to see that. Maybe they'll tell us a little bit more about that. See if we can find any more information here. Another Nick Link money market gambling app. Let's see. Been holding this for a while now. Nick Link is the chairman and expecting tons of updates this quarter. Gambling licenses, Serbia company formation, launch Swifty predictions, and launch Swifty wallet, which is what we were just reading. DRCR has a float between 500,000 and 6.5 million. Same as we think. We're not quite sure. So this looks like a business layout, registering for the patents, forming the company under DRCR, which they've obviously already done, applying for Kiraku and UK gambling licenses, issuance of those licenses, Serbia company formation, and the launch of Swifty predictions and wallet. So it looks like they are definitely on track doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. Oh, look at here. Okay. I would like to make ILIS shareholders aware I have been co-founder, and I'm presuming this is Nick Link. I have been co-founder and chairman of the company called Swifty Global. Swifty Global, which reversed into ticker TRCR on OTC last week. And now this was September 30th. So it was back in that month. Oh, thank you very much. This company has what I believe is the most disruptive sports prediction technology out right now and has a unicorn potential. Unicorn means 1,000 to 10,000% gains, folks. I have contributed 10 million of my own personal shares of DRCR to ILIS. Very interesting. This aligns with our interests. I'm not actively involved on a day-to-day basis in Swiftly, who have their own expert team, but I am an advisor and chairman. Their CEO will make relevant announcements on this timeline. This brings a huge potential to ILIS shareholders in the long term without any distraction to ILIS's core business, which is firefighting. So we get a little bonus there about ILIS. They've actually got DRCR investing into them. And we see that this is a huge potential, this gambling app. They have a lot of faith in it. And from what I understand about gambling, this could be hot because I don't know of anything like this. Although DRCR doesn't have the volume like a lot of the shares on the OTC market, we can still see the same pattern. We had a high back here. Now this one's actually at the beginning of March rather than February, but it did fall, had a big bounce here, pre-market, aftermarket, with no sales the day before or the day after. Very interesting. Hit a low bubble a ways back, has had volume since that low bubble, but a lot of volume today. Huge amounts of volume. It has turned things around. Now, this is very thinly traded, but let's take a look anyways at the 5-minute. That looks better than the yearly chart, actually. That's some very steady growth there, folks. Just up and riding on that 10 all the way up. And only at the end of the day did it decide to do anything weird. And I can't tell you why it did that. It definitely broke through the 20 and bounced right back. That could be a good sign. It did it before. It broke earlier, just before the bell again. Once it got away from the 20, it did not want to be there. So what does this look like? RSI is at 61. MACD is level. So I'm not quite sure that this is going to actually move in the morning, but I think this company has got potential. That gambling app is definitely something to put on your watch list, because as gambling, in case you didn't know it, cannabis is not the only prohibition that's ending right now. So is sports gambling. It has been decided by the federal government that it is up to each and every state to decide on what they want to do with gambling on sports. It is allowed. What isn't allowed yet, and in most countries is gambling online. You're not allowed to gamble online. You can do all of your research online and stuff, but you actually have to go somewhere physical to make your bets. Now, I find in some conversations, people who gamble do have online betting in certain states. So look into that. In either case, it's going to help this company. And the more that market opens up, because the states will see that gambling is a tax income, they will start to open us up more and more, and this could be huge. So put it on your watch list. It's very cheap right now. We're at 90 cents, and these stocks, well, gambling stocks go a long ways, folks. Scrolling down the page, looking for another big number, and that's a huge number, 4,700. A few thousand people there. Doesn't matter how close we get. A few thousand is a very large crowd. They did 650 million shares today, so this has to be taken seriously. Something went on today. This isn't an accident. 118% for MWWC. Market World Corp. Pink Current, verified profile, transfer agent, all good. Shell Risk, well, since they brought it up, let's check their financials, see what that is about. They're a Shell Risk, all right. They haven't made any money in quite a while, folks. So unless they're doing a reverse merger or have something going on that's going to make them some money, you would be investing in nothing. Absolutely nothing here. So let's go see if there is catalyst today. One would think there's something out there. Yes, actually there was. There was news today. All right, I've taken a quick glance over this because when I opened it up, it was quite big. So basically what this is, Marketing Worldwide Corporation acquires an operational, user-focused crypto mining ecosystem. They have taken notice of a group of business professionals that were very interested in crypto mining, but just didn't have enough know-how to do it. And with a little guidance, they could. So this company created a program that not only checks all their equipment, but monitors the system so it becomes a passive income for these business professionals that they don't have to monitor. And as you can see, it was quite popular today. The relative volume, well, there's 27 million shares daily, which is good. It is trading on a regular basis nicely. But today they did well over 500,000 shares. So you're talking over 40 times the volume right here. That is incredible. So the excitement is strong on this. I wouldn't expect this to peter out in one day. Not at all. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think there is anything else here to check. Oh yes, there is. I almost forgot. We got to check the share structure. We had 10.9 billion authorized, 4.7 outstanding, and a huge float of 1.5 billion. And I don't think we need to go to Twitter because we know why this ran. So let's just jump on over to the chart and see what it says. Well, now that's a unique chart. Not used to seeing this on the OTC market. She just, that was the February month. She didn't get a lot of love there. She did get a lot of love here. This was back when she came out with a geolocation emergency broadcast app. This was big news, obviously, but it fell hard. And then again today, they've come out with, well, the next one, and it's gotten quite a lot of interest. So let's come in on the 5-minute and see what this looks like. It was a strong day, very strong day. You can see when that news came out, there's no doubt there wasn't a timestamp on the news, but there's a timestamp on the volume. Everything jumped here. The MACD is definitely on a downhill there. Now, the price can rise even if the MACD is falling. That is always nice to see. The RSI is high. It's at 68. It has been up into the high 70, 80, 90 ranges here through the day. And with that kind of volume, I really don't expect that this is going to taper off. As a matter of fact, between the news, the catalyst that came out, the condition of the company, because it is a shell risk, and this is the first money, I don't know what happened to that broadcast app, but this has finished the day off nicely. Everything does look pretty decent. We're coming out of the red here. Now, this doesn't look ideal. I do like the blue on the top, and I want it coming up. But this, with the news and the increase of volume, 40 times as much volume, and it kept up through the whole day and finished strong. You might see a bounce on this, not just in the morning, but this may continue to grow tomorrow. This has some potential that I think you should put on your list. MWWC. All right, we're going to scroll on down, skip all those diamonds. They haven't had any good trade action anyways, but OBMP did. That had 1,445 trades. Figure at least 1,000 people, right? About 500,000 shares, 87% gains, and she's at $3.74. Let's go see what made this run. Some of you may appreciate a stock at this price. All right, let's just come to, oh, well, before we move on down to the bottom, pink, I don't see anything else here. No verified profile, no transfer agent, no penny stock exempt. I don't see anything there. This security is eligible for unsolicited quotes only. Not quite sure what that's about. Let's see what we got down here. She had a big jump. You can see she was very low in price, really low. So was there any catalyst today? No catalyst, 2018. And you haven't had a filing, though it is a quarterly report. You haven't had anything since last month. And I'm not quite sure what's in there, but I doubt it's having it kick today. How much did it kick, relatively speaking? Wow, 12,000 shares a day. Very thinly traded. Tough to get out when there's only that few shares trading. And almost 500,000 traded today. So from 12,000 shares to 500,000. There was a lot of excitement here. It says it opened up at 205. And let's see what our share structure looks like. Well, we don't know if we're absolutely sure what the float is because they don't tell us. We do see that the DTC is holding 750,000 shares, which is normally the second place you go to figure out your float. That would be an awfully small float. And it looks like they've had a reverse split of some sort to end up at that sort of authorized share count. All right, let's see what else we can learn here. Did she make any money this last couple of years? Last year she quit being a shell company and started making money, $181,000. So at least she's doing something. But we didn't see any catalysts. So let's go take this over to Twitter and see what they can tell us. Put in that $sign, drop in that ticker, and away we go for OBMP. $5 right now. And I saw 374. What time was that? That was 7 hours ago, up 1,100% since. So what do they say here? New disruptive tech company, OBMP, Theralink Technologies, next level precision medicine, goes beyond genomics, only approach 16 plus years R&D. Only company with patented 7 proteomic data generating technology with clinical certified lab. All right, so they're into medicines. Have they done anything here recently though? Might want to sell whatever. Share zone 22 billion. I don't know what that is. 22 billion. Was that the outstanding share count or the authorized? I didn't notice. I don't see any real news here. They're talking about the price action. And it seems like Super Duper is the only guy talking right now. That's an hour ago showing price action. So I don't see any catalyst here except it could have a very low float, which nobody's mentioned. We haven't seen that. And it's the same people talking over and over and over again. So I really don't see a catalyst on this. It possibly has a really extremely low float. And what was the outstanding share count? Outstanding was 5.5 billion. So I do expect that to be bigger. I do, but maybe it's that low. Let's see if the chart shows. That'll tell you if it's a low float. Well, on the 4-hour, 6-month chart for OBMP, it does not look like she has a large float. I mean, unless these are bigger bounces than I think they are. They're jumping from 75 cents up to $1.05. So you've got about 33-40% gains in those jumps, but I don't consider that very, very large. Let's come all the way back out. Again, you've got that February climb and fall. All the way down to the low bubble in this corner again. 'Tis the season. And a lot of volume built up. And this volume started right there on the 7th of this month. So it has been climbing for a week. And it looks like it's picking up momentum. It had a down day here. And for about aftermarket during the day and there. So whatever happened, there was wind of, and it is growing now. So we can't find a strong catalyst, but something's in the wind. So again, you may want to keep your eye on this. Let's see what the day ended off. So we had a low bubble there on the 5-day charts. Small climbs, not a whole lot, but you can see the volume is getting thicker and taller. We're getting bigger bounces right now, and she's falling hard off of these bounces. She has broke through the 200, which just came to life. We wouldn't even know it was there. So all the technicals look really bad right now for the morning's open. But it shows that it has been growing without any specific catalyst. So I wouldn't put this on your list for any other reason except it has a very low float suspected. Got another one here with thousands. Boy, see, we had a lot of action today. We'll have to take a look at that. 2,522 trades, 2,000 people, over 1 billion shares. Okay, 75% gains, and the price is at 0028. This is GEGP. Don't know anything about this company. Gold Entertainment Group, Pink Limited, so they've got to go current. That has to be worked on. Can't stay here too long. They say they're a shell risk. Let's take a quick glance and see if that's true. Looks true to me. Not a penny in years. We got any catalysts over here? Scroll down to the bottom for the news and the filings. No news whatsoever on the books, and they haven't had a filing in at least 2.5 weeks. So we've got no catalyst, not to be seen here. The volume, well, we saw what the volume was. It was over 1 billion, and it is normally at 50 million. So we have a huge, giant growth here, folks. A giant jump. So I'm expecting to find a catalyst. Just because it isn't listed here doesn't mean it isn't out there. What is your share structure? Not the greatest. 25 billion authorized, 9.1 outstanding, 3.5 in the float. But if she's moving and moving fast, we'll deal with that. So let's go see what they say about GEGP at Twitter. We got GEGP. Ice Lounge Media is controlling shareholder. I guess that's a company we could check into. Site under construction. Now this was October 10th, so it was just a few days ago. News page is all crypto. Hasu Chen is CEO of MX3 Data Centers. Kiv Kim is blockchain maximalist. Acquisitions company all submitted. Not quite sure what all of that has to do. Let's see here. On June 27th, that's 2018. See what I mean about old news? Watch that. Don't let them toss something in front of you that's years old. Let's see what we got here. Just realized I've been holding a few million. Must be lucky. I don't see anything. No, they're just talking volume. It's jumped like crazy. Attention robot should bounce here. Bounces, pushes, lulls. Yeah, everybody's just watching the chart. What's this? No. I was hoping for some information. Can't ignore volume on this. So these are one of those plays that looks like that, you know, we see that it doesn't even have a low float. So I'm not quite sure why people are jumping into this. Yeah, it moved hard. Now maybe something is happening behind the scenes, though it could be a pump and dump. That's what you watch on shell risks. There's a lot of companies that have nothing going on except it's on the market. And they know there are people that watch low floats. They know that there's people that watch price action. They just know that. And if they can move the price up, they can get other people excited about it. Watch for some false gossip somewhere. You've got to be careful of false gossip. That is to say, rumors. You want to make sure that what you read here, you can verify in some way, somehow, especially if it sounds too good to be true. If they say a reverse merger, you know, do the addresses match? Do you see a PR? Is it on the website? Someplace besides Twitter, you've got to find it. So just like yesterday, looks like we got another submarine here. We got the periscope here, and we got the fin tail for February, and the bulk. Now, she fell in July. This is July, and this is when she took her fall. And you can see she was actually climbing. She was climbing until something happened here. Not quite sure what it was, but it brought her down, and she was trying to even climb out of this very slowly until today. That just dwarfs everything. Everything going back, even looking back over a year, you can see it dwarfs everything. Let's come in on the 5 minute. Looks like that is all in one day. It is. That's all in one day. It started yesterday, right? This is today and that is yesterday. Yes, it started yesterday afternoon. Whatever it is, and we couldn't find it. Something happened, or at least that's when it began. And there was a lot of volume this morning, and maybe it was all because this was looking so strong. A lot of people like me doing DD, see a good setup in the morning, and maybe this was a lot of volume yesterday. This may have been a ton of volume that just set everybody off, and a ton more came in. But it didn't drop as soon as people realized something. This just kept rising, and it didn't hit its high until, what do we got there? About 11:45, noon. So she gave back some of it, but kept a lot of it. All that without catalyst. So one can't say exactly why this is taking off and how much further it's going to go. All we know is that it had tremendous volume. So keep an eye on it. Gold Entertainment, remember, it's not doing anything. It's a shell company. And a lot of times somebody will pump the price up and then sell on the other end. And when they sell all that they bought, you see all that they bought, when all that gets sold, this comes down hard. And anybody who bought in is stuck down here because it's going to be a while before it gets up there again, as you can see. So we got time for one more. I want to keep this under an hour for you. 2212 RBNW did 212 trades, over 500,000 shares, 50% gains, and she's cheap. Oh my goodness. What? 00019. Holy cow. Let's go check this out. RBNW. Renewable Energy and Power. Verified profile transfer agent. This all looks good. So she's not in any danger of any kind. Let's see what sort of catalyst we can find down here. We didn't have any news since last month, and we have not had any filings. So we've got no catalyst here. What was her relative volume? She normally does about 300,000 shares a day, which isn't 300 million shares a day. She did about double that today. Without any reason? Come on. Got to be something, right? What is her share structure? Wow. 12.8 billion in the float at the least. Yeah, so not a grand share structure at all. And her financials? Well, she's making money. Remember to put those 3 zeros behind here. So that's over $1 million last year, but that was a big drop. Could be COVID. You can see from 2018, one quarter to the next, there was a huge jump. 500,000 to 4.5 million. So, not quite sure what was going on back there, but I am interested to find out why this stock decided to jump today. RBNW bought more today. This is going to run. Yeah, but why? Something's cooking. Okay. You're going to tell me nobody's found anything? They see movement and just think, well, this has something going on. I'm not seeing any news, folks. Nothing. And with that many shares, why would you want to get in? 12.5 billion shares. Let me see. No, that's not our ticker. RBN Pink Current. This was 23 hours ago at 0003. What, did it fall since then? We'll take a look. Pink Current generating revenues, selling to major retailers, private label manufacturer, updated website. Upside is huge on this one. Should we take a look at this? Lust for Life. So is this their website? Jewels, bestseller, shoes. So maybe they sell shoes, $80, $60, $80, coming soon. All right, so I don't see anything there specific. Lust for Life brand has delivered fashion footwear to major retailers, including Burlington and TJ Maxx. All right, we're starting to focus in here, though I don't hear of any contracts or anything. Just bought, what's that? Wow, something bought with over 400K. Is that a big purchase? When was that? May 20th. So that's quite old. We don't want to see that. All right, I'm not seeing anything here recent now, so we've gotten out of anything. So now we know exactly what they do, but why they're running, not a clue. All right, so the company's got shoes on the market. They're making money, but we didn't see any catalysts. We didn't see any new contracts or any big orders or anything like that. But something obviously is pushing it right now, but you can see by the big chart, you can't even notice the jump. It isn't that big for what happened. You can't even see it. Their high has been at 0049. Their current price is 003. So to get from 003 back to their high would be about 1,300% gains. But that's a long ways to go, and it doesn't look like it has any energy whatsoever. Let's come in on the 5-minute picket fence. Huge picket fence. I can't even see what I'm looking at. So let me come out to 20 days. A picket fence. So it's just going from 002 to 003. And you got to understand that it moved one tick. There's no other digit on the other side of the 3 or the 2. So there's nothing to roll over to get to the next one. So from 2 to 3 is 50%. That's half of 2 to move 1. And if it makes it to 4, that would have been 100%. So it's just bouncing up and down. 50% look like something, but everything is just sitting on the center line. I see nothing here. I don't see any reason for it to move. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. No, I've probably spoiled a lot of you. You've gotten used to me providing lists, and lists are nice. But really, my lists aren't suffice. That is just what we looked at. That is just what we could see in the time limit we have. I am showing you how to do DD. You see where I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, what I'm looking at. And after I do 4 or 5 of them, you should be able to do it yourself. Pick up where I left off. I gave you a head start. I can't do everything for you, and you shouldn't depend on anybody to do everything for you. Learning how to feed yourself is better than being force-fed. Trust me. The more you know, the more you're going to grow. See you, folks.